Want to get in the gaps defensively here, right? This is the shell drill. Let's look at Shaquille Keith over here, hugging the three-point line. You can't do that. Look at this right here. Shell drill, okay? Ball's at the top of the key. Your man's on the wing. Where are you? You're up the line, okay? You're right at about the nail right here, right? There's no driving lane. You can stunt. You don't have to move. Jab, recover back out. You have plenty of time on the air time of that pass to get to the three-point line. But you're not in the gaps defensively. Look at this. You're hugging the three-point line. You're not at the nail, and you give up a layup. All right, drop coverage here. Good. Ryan Anderson fights over the top. Derek Nix drops high. Okay, over the top. Get back guarding straight up one-on-one. But here's an issue right here on this dribble handoff. Why? I mean, right here, I don't under. So Sudbury runs a dribble handoff. Okay, I don't understand what Ryan Anderson's doing here. Why? Just stay with your man. I don't get this. Look at this. Him and Derek Nix are going to try and double. So you give up an open catch and shoot three for no reason. You get lucky they miss. I don't understand what Ryan Anderson was doing there. So right here in transition, just get back. Let's look at Chris Jones. Just get back to the three-point line here. Any motion that's going towards the ball is gambling, and you risk giving up numbers this way. Just get back beneath the three-point line. Let's set up in our half-court defense. But look at Chris Jones here. This is gambling. See how Chris Jones is going towards the ball? Now you're beat, right? Now you've given up numbers here that we should never have given up there, okay? And it's going to lead to an alley-oop here. It's a bad pass, so we got lucky. But again, Chris Jones, don't gamble. Just get back to the three-point line. Derek Nix is going rogue here, right? All right, so you're in drop coverage. Chris Jones is back. Derek Nix, get back to your man. I mean, if you trap like this, the back line has got to be ready, right? I mean, this is just Derek Nix going rogue. This player's got to get to one pass away, deny one pass away, and then two passes away for Shaquille Keith right here. But again, this is Derek Nix just going on his own right here. Okay, look at this right here. Chris Jones is back, okay? So you got to just get back here once Chris Jones gets back over the top. If you trap like this, your backline defenders have got to be ready, right? You got to be denying one pass away. And they're not ready because I don't believe that was in the game plan. So once they pass out of it, you're in a lot of trouble, and it's an open three. This is my issue with drop coverage here. It's just hard for this backside defender here to really step up because this skip pass is pretty easy to make. See, this is so much different here. If right here we're hedging, right? We're high, okay? Stop this ball handler's dribble all the way out here. Okay, now Kurt Williams can get really aggressive in this backside help area because his ball handler's dribble stopped all the way out here, and he's got four different arms in his face, and now we can look at this is now two passes away. I mean, if a skip pass is made all the way from here to there, you're okay two passes away with Chris Jones there. But when you run drop coverage, see, you give up the lane like this, okay, and Kurt Williams can't really step up all the way because now this skip pass is much more easy to make, okay? And you can see once you allow that pass to get made out of drop coverage, you're in trouble because now the defense is scrambling, because you've given up numbers because they've passed through it. Now they miss a little short shot, but you get lucky there. So again, I'm just thinking that right here it would be a lot easier if instead of dropping your high here, and then this backside defender can get more aggressive, and then you occupy two passes away. Again, I mean, you force a miss here, but just thought it was a little lucky because the defense had to rotate out once we allowed that pass to the roll man to get made. So right now there's no need to double here. I mean, Shaquille Keith's doing just fine guarding one-on-one right here, okay? His dribble's picked up. Why is Kurt Williams coming all the way over here to double when he's defending in the corner here? Stay in the corner. We don't need to help here, okay? Because the problem is again, when Kurt Williams comes over to help here, now this pass gets kicked to the corner, now the defense is scrambling. Look how everyone's got to scramble. Now Derek Nix has to rotate here, and there's going to be no one to box this player out for Sudbury. So when this player misses it, it's an easy tap back there for an open catch and shoot three. And again, this all just happened here because, again, right here, Shaquille Keith is doing just fine defending one-on-one. His dribble's picked up right now. Kurt Williams does not need to come over and help. Okay, just stay in the corner so our defense isn't scrambling. But once the defense scrambles, see, look, now Derek Nix has to rotate here, so there's no one to box out Derek Nix's man. Okay, and so you end up leading to a tap out to an easy catch and shoot three. Ryan Anderson can't lean here. Look at this. They're going to twist right here and set a screen right here. Ryan Anderson is leaning towards the screen, right? You cannot start defending a ball screen until the guard comes off it and the player actually sets the screen. Because look at, you allow this player to refuse it. See how Ryan Anderson's leaning right here? So it now allows this player for Sudbury to refuse the screen. Now that forces Derek Nix to have to come over and help. Okay, and again, now the defense is scrambling, so we got a foul. Okay, so you get a trap and you get a steal here, but you got to be careful if you trap right here. Like, look at this right here. So you're trapping. The back line rotations have got to start right now. Chris Jones has got to rotate here. Shaquille Keith's got to rotate here. Kurt Williams occupies the two Sudbury players 2 passes away. When you trap like this, see, we got 2 people going to 1 guy. That's going to be a problem because if we let them pass out of this, we're in trouble. Because we've given up numbers there. We let them pass out of a trap. So the rotations have got to be a little bit better. Chris Jones can't be rotating here. He's got to go there, right? Shaquille Keith, step up here. Kurt Williams occupies this backside 2 passes away. But again, you get a turnover out of it, so it all works out. But you just want to make sure that your backline rotations and people are rotating to 1 pass away where they need to be. Can't be late. Let's look at Kurt Williams right here. Look at this. This is not how you defend on the wing, okay, when the ball's at the top of the key. His back should not be to the sideline. It's got to be to the baseline, right? Back to the baseline. You're right at about the nail. This is the shell drill, right? You don't have to move. There's absolutely no driving lane. You can just jab, recover easily on the air time of that pass. Okay, but look at when you're late. See how Kurt Williams is late now there's this driving lane. He's late getting into the gaps defensively. So now you've given up a driving lane that should never be there, and it leads to an easy layup. We don't want to gamble in transition. Look at this right here. Just get back to the 3-point line, right? Let's set up in our half-court defense. Again, any type of motion this way towards the ball is gambling, and we give up numbers unnecessarily. See, look at this. I think that's Derek Nix right here. Don't gamble, because look, you get beat now, and now we've given up numbers for no reason. Okay, now the defense is scrambling. Now we're going to end up getting a deflection here, but we get lucky. I mean, look at the options here. This drop-off right here is there. This kick to the corner is there. Okay, again, we get a deflection, and it was just unnecessary to be giving up numbers like that by gambling in transition. Great defense here by Chris Jones. Okay, they're going to swing the ball to the wing here. Let's look at Chris Jones. Now, look at this. Is his back to the sideline? No, it is not. His back is to the baseline. He's in the gap. You're never giving up a 3-pointer here, okay? If he comes this way, you don't have to move, right? You can just jab easily on the air time of the pass. You'll be able to recover to the 3-point line. But the key, again, there's no driving lane right here, okay? So all we're forcing now is a contested deep 3. It's a miss and great defensive possession. Gambling in transition, just can't have it happen. Look, so Sudbury gets the rebound right here, right? Just get back. Everybody get back to the 3-point line so we can set up in our half-court defense. We're in the gaps defensively. Any motion this way towards the ball is gambling. See, look at Chris Jones right here. See how he's going to try and get a steal? So now he's beat, right? So again, now we've given up numbers for no reason, okay? And now, see, it just leads to numbers for Sudbury, and it's going to lead to eventually a wide open catch and shoot 3. Again, all because our defense had to scramble because we gave up numbers because Chris Jones gambled in transition there. It's a nice defensive possession here. I believe this is Chris Jones. Look at balls at the top of the key. Look at his positioning. See how he's at the nail with his back to the baseline? There's no driving lane, right? Jab, right here, right? Jab, recover, stunt, recover. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, there's no driving lane. Force a kick out. Ball gets swung here. Look at how his man's cutting through. He's still got his back to the baseline, though. So he's seeing ball. He's seeing man. He's in the gaps defensively, right? Okay, and now look. Now we're just, again, we're closing off all driving lanes. It leads to a really bad fadeaway and just a really nice defensive possession. It's the issue with drop coverage here. I mean, again, in the second half, this player got hot and really hurt us. Right here, Mike Allison's dropping, and you're just letting them come off a ball screen right into an open 3. Okay, now they missed that one. But again, Sudbury's spacing is not very good for this ball screen. Mike Allison can get up. Okay, you stop this ball handler's dribble out here. It's an easy tag, right? Shaquille Keith's right here in this tag area. Okay, you can just kind of cheat up, tag, and you have plenty of time to recover on the air time of that pass. Okay, but we're stopping this ball handler's dribble out here, giving him no openings. I mean, right here, again, it's just dangerous when you're giving up open looks off of ball screens like that. There, it doesn't hurt us, though. So if Ryan Anderson's just going to go under, let's get Mike Allison up here and jam this screener, okay? I mean, again, with his body, right here, again, I mean, right now, Mike Allison, just get up and jam this screener, okay? Because now it's just much easier for Ryan Anderson to get on the other side. When you don't jam the screener, you're just letting Ryan Anderson constantly get screened here. And look, as he runs past, look at that. All it takes is that little bump there. Okay, again, this doesn't have, again, if we're up and jamming the screener, if Mike Allison's jamming the screener with his body, Ryan Anderson doesn't get hit like this. And all it takes is that little jam right there. Look at that. So now this guard has the ability to get right into the lane. It's going to lead to a foul. Just a bad gamble by Jordan Bowling out of a baseline out of bounds. So right here, look at this. I mean, just stay at the 3-point line, right? Look at Jordan Bowling. He's going to gamble, and I don't know what he's doing, but now he's beat. Now, Ryan Anderson, is he positioned where he should be? No. His back is to the sideline right here, right? Get your back to the baseline. He should be another maybe half step in this way, so you're in the gaps. But again, Jordan Bowling should not be getting beat like this. And this is just a bad gamble. See, look at this. He's gambling to try and get this steal out of this baseline out of bounds. Doesn't get it. Now he's beat. But that combined with Ryan Anderson's back being to the sideline, not to the baseline, and not another half step in, so he's in the gaps defensively, it's going to end up leading to a foul here, and Sudbury goes to the line. Nice defensive possession here. Look at this. Look at Kemi right here, okay? His back's to the sideline right here, okay? Look at that. So you're in the gaps, right? Now he spins this way. Kurt Williams could probably get a little bit closer to the nail here, right? Maybe another half step in. Okay, but again, Kurt Williams, great job. Look at how you're not giving up driving lanes here. Look at Kurt Williams. Stunt right there. Dribble picked up. Clog that driving lane up. Okay, forces a tough shot. And, good defensive possession. Just another awesome defensive possession. Look at Jordan Bowling here. Look at it. We're jumping to the ball. Right back to the baseline. You're at the nail when the ball's on the wing. You're not hugging the 3-point line. There's no driving lane. Look at now we're up. Look at Kemi. Back to the baseline. This is perfect. This is the shell drill. Right? You're jumping to the ball. You're in the gaps defensively. Look at Ryan. Look at how we're closing up all driving lanes, and we're easily going to be able to recover back to the 3-point line. Everyone's in the gaps defensively. There's just no place to go. Suffocating defense, and it leads to a stop. So again, if Ryan Anderson's going under, let's jam the screener here. Look at how first of all, it doesn't look like Ryan Anderson knows the screen's coming here. But again, if Ryan Anderson is going to go under, just jam the screener, right? Because if you jam the screener with his body, now it's much easier for Ryan Anderson to get on the other side. See, the problem is Ryan Anderson isn't going to get on the other side in time, so now we're stuck with Mike Allison guarding a guard. Now, Jordan Bowling's doing a nice job in the gaps defensively, but Mike Allison just gets destroyed on the perimeter because he's defending a guard and he's got a foul. So again, if we back it up here, again, whenever someone's going under a ball screen here, there's zero reason for this big not to just get up and jam the screener so Ryan Anderson's route to going underneath can be a lot easier. Because see, look at this. He's going to get screened, and as he goes under, he can't get on the other side in time, so now we're forced to switch. And now we got a big guard switch on the perimeter, and we got a foul. So if you're trapping, the rotations have to be there. Look, you trap pass half court. I mean, if you are trapping, then you got to deny one pass away. Soon as they pass out of this trap, we're in trouble. We've given up numbers, right? So if you're going to trap like this, I think that's Ryan Anderson, you got to get up. Mike Allison, you got to get over. Deny one pass away. Jordan Bowling right here is going to be occupying the two Sudbury players 2 passes away. But look at this. You trap, you don't deny one pass away, so now you let them pass out of it, and now it's easy, right? Now you're giving up an open 3, and that's not good. So you run drop coverage here. Now, off this ball screen, they're going to run a cross screen for the roll man right here. So either Jordan Bowling's got to get attached and jam this man coming through this cross screen here, okay? Or if you're switching, it's got to be bang, bang. I mean, look at this right here. I mean, right now, it looks like Jordan Bowling's calling out a switch. Now, a switch is kind of unnecessary here. I mean, right here, Jordan Bowling can just get attached and jam this player coming through this cross screen. Okay, but if you're switching, it's got to be bang, bang. And look, Derek Nix is trying to go with his man here because there's some form of miscommunication here. And now, again, you're giving up an open 3. Again, they miss, but, they shouldn't have been giving up that open look. Just some miscommunications defending that cross screen. So let's check out the defense away from the ball here. Probably could be a little bit better even though we cause a stop right here. Okay, again, your back can't be to the sideline here, right? You want your back to the baseline, right? So you're in the gaps defensively, right? Right here, if your back's to the baseline, it's way easier for you to jab, recover. Chris Jones, same thing, really. Look, his back is to the sideline. No, you want your back to the baseline right here, right? So you're in the gaps, right? Like right here, Chris Jones should be right about here, back to the sideline. Derek Nix, it's much easier to be in the gaps when your back is to the baseline as opposed to the sideline. Because see, look at this. Now you let him split through here because your back isn't to the baseline. Now again, it's nice one-on-one defense by Shaquille Keith, but away from the ball, we could have done a little bit better job there. Unbelievable defense by Kemi. Look at this. Drop coverage right here. Fight over the top. Good. Now look at this. Now, ball's at the top of the key. Is Kemi out here denying 40 feet from the rim? No. Look at this. He's in the gaps defensively, back to the baseline, right? Look at this. There's no driving lane right here, okay? Look at that. See? Back to the baseline. You're in the gaps defensively, right? Stunt. Plenty of time to recover back out. Perfect. Cause a turnover. Unbelievable defense. So again, this is why we want to jam the screener right here. Look at this. They're going to set a ball screen. Just look up and jam this screener with your body, because now look at how far under Kemi's got to go here, okay? He's got to go so far under that now, look, now he's not able to position himself properly to play straight up one-on-one defense. Now, again, we do a great job being in the gaps, by the way, here. Look at Chris Jones. This is beautiful. Back to the baseline, right? Stunt, recover, okay? But again, like, Kemi doesn't even get beat if we're going under here, okay, just up, right? Don't sag. Get up, jam this screener, because now his route to go under is not going to have to be nearly as much. See how he's never really able to set up? But again, Chris Jones does an amazing job in the gaps, right? He's able to stunt, recover back out, force a contested mid-range jumper, and you get a stop. But again, like, let's jam the screener so Kemi doesn't have to go so far under. So if you're switching this, now I doubt you want Derek Nix switched onto a guard here. But if you are switching this, you just can't sag. Look at this. Screen gets set. If you're switching this, you got to be attached to the screener then and ready to guard. So when this player comes off the screen, he's met with a defender. But, you sag, so you give up an open jumper. But again, I doubt that you wanted to switch this. Again, this is a pretty easy screen, again, to just jam the screener with your body, right? Shaquille Keith goes under. Okay, you just jam them, and when you jam the screener, you're not giving up open jumpers. You're getting on the other side. Okay, but obviously you can also hedge this. We got a tag right here, right? Backside defender right there. Okay, but if you are switching here and you want Derek Nix guarding a guard, that's fine, but you cannot sag, right? Derek Nix has got to get up, stay attached to the screener, so when he comes off, he's met with a defender one-on-one. But you sag off on that switch, and you give up an open jumper. Another strong defensive possession here, okay? So look at this. Look how we're in the gaps, right? Again, back to the baseline. We're not hugging the three-point line right here, okay? Back to the baseline, in the gaps, stunt, back out. Great job. Okay, look at that. Down screen comes right here. Okay, you switch it. Good. Okay, and then let's look at Chris Jones. Back to the baseline here. Okay, we're in the gaps here. There's just no place for this player to go, okay? And you can see it's just suffocating defense right here, and that's the kind of defense we're capable of. Now, eventually, we're going to throw the ball into the corner, and then we're going to end up trapping here and get a turnover. But initially, that defense, but really the whole possession, that defense was just fabulous. Okay, so pretty solid defensive possession here, but it could be better. Look at this. Look at Kurt. First of all, why is Kurt Williams all the way over here? His man's right here. Get over here to your man. Okay, Ryan Anderson, again, and then Ryan Anderson's venturing past the three-point line. There's no need for that. Okay, the ball's right here. Like, Ryan Anderson should not be past the three-point line. Your man's 60 feet from the hoop. Fine. Get in the gaps, right? You're right here. Okay, there's no driving lane. Stunt, recover. You can see when the ball's right here, okay, and you're out here. Now you got to sprint to get into the gaps defensively, see, and you can be late. Now we get lucky that Kurt Williams kind of reaches around and gets a steal here, but again, there's just no need for Ryan Anderson to be guarding out past the three-point line when the ball's right here, right? Get to right here, okay, beneath the three-point line so you're in the gaps defensively. You got to sprint over, but we end up getting a steal anyways. So in drop coverage here, okay, once Ryan Anderson gets over the top of this screen right here, like Nix has got to get back here because right now we're trapping. I mean, you're not in drop coverage anymore. You're trapping, and we got to rotate, right? You got to get, someone's got to get to, one pass away, one pass away. Chris Jones can handle 2 passes away. But you can see right here, I mean, again, Derek Nix drops. Ryan Anderson's over the top and playing him straight up one-on-one right now. Like right now, Derek Nix has got to start to recover back onto his man. Because right now, again, now we're not in drop coverage anymore. We're trapping. And with no backside rotation, when they pass out of this, again, now we're in trouble and now we're forced to foul. So Derek Nix is going to get beat here on the perimeter. Now Jordan Bowling is going to do a really nice job of getting into the gaps defensively, but Ryan Anderson's gambling here. Okay, the dribble's picked up. Okay, if you're Ryan Anderson, just get back to the 3-point line here. Okay, I don't look at how he's stand towards the ball and gambling and trying to get a steal here. Now you give up an open catch and shoot 3. Again, they miss it, but that's that shot should never have been there. See, again, look, Jordan Bowling's in the gaps, right? He's in the gaps defensively, dribbles picked up. So if you're Ryan Anderson, get out now to the 3-point line. Don't stick around. Like, that's what we did. The job's done. Jordan Bowling has stepped up to help here, okay? The job is done here. You don't try and get a steal here. Look at this. See, if he's not trying to get a steal here, but instead is just getting back out to the 3-point line on the air time of this pass, okay, everything's, you don't get this open catch and shoot 3 isn't there. But you can see he does gamble, and we get lucky there with a miss. Again, you got to drop here. Okay, Shaquille Keith's guarding on the wing. Ball gets swung here. Look at the laziness. Like right now, okay, the ball gets swung to the wing right here. Shaquille Keith immediately drop, right? You're getting right to about the nail, right? Back to the baseline. But look at this lazy. Again, you're giving up driving. Look at how he's still all the way out here, lazily jumping to the ball. So again, now there's a driving lane that should not happen here, and it's going to lead to a loose ball foul. Again, Shaquille Keith's guarding the ball. Ball gets swung here. Okay, now you're Shaquille Keith. You're immediately dropping, right? You're right to about the nail here with your back towards the baseline. So again, you're in the gap. Stunt. You don't have to move. Stunt. Plenty of time to recover back out. But you don't jump to the ball. I mean, you're just very lazily. I don't know where he's going. You're very lazily doing so, and it ends up being a loose ball foul now. Derek Nix is in no man's land here. Okay, like look at the ball's right here. Why is Derek Nix all the way in the paint? Again, your man is over here. Get out over there, right? Again, the gaps are right here and they're right here. Okay? I don't know what Derek Nix is doing because now when this ball gets swung here, you got to sprint to get all the way out. Now, Ryan Anderson does a great job. Look at this. Perfect. Jump to the ball, right? Your man's 70 feet from the hoop. Doesn't matter. We're going to get in the gaps defensively. We'll have plenty of time on the airtime of that pass to get out, okay? But Derek Nix is going to get beat because he had to sprint from the paint because he was in no man's land. You give up an open catch and shoot 3. So we're getting lucky here. Okay, so right here on this ball screen right here, you got to stay attached, okay? Because if he slips the screen, you go with him. Okay, there's no screen getting set, so there's really no reason for, I think that's Kurt Williams, to be out this way, right? Okay, this player for Sudbury's faking like he's going to set a screen, stay attached. But if he slips it, you got to go with him, okay? Like, there's no screen set here, so there's no reason for Kurt Williams to be all the way out here. Stay with your man. Ryan Anderson is playing him straight up one-on-one. He wasn't screened, okay? But he comes out there. Okay, so now you allow this guard to turn the corner. And again, we get lucky here, okay, that they don't handle this pass. But if they had handled that pass, that's a layup. Want to get the back to the baseline here defensively. Look at Ryan Anderson, okay? Where's his back? It's to the sideline. The ball's right here, right? You don't want to get too glued. When the ball's there, right, you stay attached to your man, but get your back to the baseline so you're in the gaps, right? Again, there's this driving lane here that should not be there. It's just that simple. Like right here, the ball's here. I should not see his back. His back should be towards the baseline, right? So you're in the gaps. There's no driving lane this way. But you give up a driving lane that should never be there, and it leads to a 2-shot foul. See, again, if you're going under, you got to jam the screener. Look at this right here. It's setting a ball screen. You can't sag, right? If you're going under this ball screen, then up and jam the screener with your body so Ryan Anderson can get on the other side and we're not giving up open threes. Now, if it looks like you're in drop coverage here, so if that's the case, then Ryan Anderson cannot be going under. You got to go over the top, right? Okay? But so again, it's just when you go under like that and you don't jam the screener, you give up open looks. There. If you're hedging like this, you just can't let them split through here. Look at this right here. You got to close this space up. They cannot have space to split through like this. Derek Nix has got to get more inside here so that he can't split through. But the other problem is look at this. Even if they had hedged this ball screen properly, where no one from the weak side has moved. I mean, we need a backside defender here on this roll right here. Okay, so let's say your backside defender comes here. Well, now this player here can occupy 2 passes away. Okay, and you're fine. But I mean, you cannot hedge a ball screen and have no one from the weak side step up and backside help at all and move. Okay, but again, the problem is you let that guard split through, so it leads to a 2-shot foul. So you switch this ball screen. Okay, now we got a flare screen coming right here. Okay, so Derek Nix, first of all, needs to be up the line more. I mean, here's his man setting this screen. You got to be calling this flare out, right? You got to be saying flare, 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 so Shaquille knows he needs to get over the top of this. Okay, but Derek Nix needs to get up the line here. I mean, his man's here. Again, you want to be in the gaps. This is your defensive assignment right here, right? When you stand back, look at it. Derek Nix's man's right here. Here's Derek Nix. Okay, like by the time Derek Nix is able to step up and help, it's way too late and it's a layup. Okay, but look at the difference here. If Derek Nix is up the line here, okay, while his man's setting this flare screen, now look, now he's into the gaps. Now you're forcing this ball handler's dribble to get picked up right at near the foul line. But when you stand all the way back here into the paint for I don't know what reason, it's just too late. Ryan Anderson shouldn't be getting destroyed like that off the dribble. But, you know, Derek Nix could have been up the line more and gotten into the gaps a lot earlier. Don't gamble in transition here. Everybody, just get back to the three-point line, right? Let's set up in our half-court defense. Okay, but look at Derek Nix right here. See how he's stopping and going towards the ball? That's gambling. Just get back beneath the three-point line so we can set up in our half-court. But again, Derek Nix gambles here. So again, now he's beat here, and now that forces someone else to have to step up. Okay, Ryan Anderson, and that leaves the corner wide open for 3. Want to get beneath the three-point line here, right? Okay, ball gets swung to the wing. Shaquille, you don't need to be out here, all the way out here, denying, 55 feet from the rim, right? Immediately you're dropping, right? You want to immediately get to right here. We're in the gaps defensively. See, look at Shaquille Keith. He's out past the three-point line for absolutely no reason. Your man's near half court. Wonderful. Let him stay there. You need to get to right here. So, again, we can jab and easily be able to recover back out. But you leave Derek Nix on an island here. Now, here it doesn't burn us, but it will. I mean, he missed a layup there. We can't be depending on that. Don't gamble. Okay, now Ryan Anderson's a little too far over here. I mean, he's at basically the free throw line extended area. Okay, he could be his back is to the baseline, which is good, but you can be a lot, closer. You're right around the nail there. The shell drill. The ball is at the top of the key. You're right at about the nail with your back to the baseline. But really the issue here is that Ryan Anderson's gambling. If he just, on the air time of this pass, just gets out to the three-point, remember, we're not trying to get a steal. All we're trying to do, with no driving lane here, right? Once the dribble's picked up, we're recovering to the three-point line. But let's zoom in. Look at Ryan Anderson. Look how he's going to gamble here. See how he, instead of trying to just get to the three-point line, he's got his arms out, flailing, trying to get a deflection there. Okay? That right there is the reason he doesn't get out to the three-point line, okay? And you give up a catch-and-shoot 3. So again, not getting back. Look at Derek Nix right here, okay? Right now, just get back to the three-point line. Why are you going towards the ball? Okay, just get back beneath the three-point line. Don't give up numbers here. But look, I mean, Derek Nix just totally stops, okay? And right here, and now you just let this player for Sudbury behind you. And we give up an alley-oop for I don't really understand what reason. Okay, I mean, they end up missing it, but look, I mean, we're still giving up numbers. We end up giving up an open 3. Okay, so good defense here, right? Let's take a look. Ball's at the top of the key. We got Derek Nix guarding out on the perimeter. But let's look at Kemi right here. Look at how we got, again, back to the baseline beneath the three-point line, back to the baseline beneath the three-point line. Now, the one thing you got to keep your head on a swivel. You can't take your eye off the ball or your man for more than a second here. Chris Jones is going to be ball watching for too long. You can zoom in and see, and he's going to get beat backdoor here. Okay, like obviously you got to be seeing ball and man. Can't take your eye off either for more than a second as your man cuts through. You're keeping your back to the baseline, so you're seeing the ball and you're seeing your man here. Okay, but you can see. You get beat backdoor. You get lucky here. They don't catch that. But still, that's very good positioning by Chris Jones and Kemi being in the gaps and underneath the three-point line, though. Great defense right here. Look at how everyone's got their back to the baseline here. Okay, look, everyone's seeing the ball, right? We're not taking our eye. No one's taking their eye off the ball, right? We're seeing it's ball, you, man. We're not taking our eye off the ball or our man for more than a second. Okay, and look at Jordan Bowling here. See, his man is going to cut through right here, okay? But he doesn't turn his back to the ball. He's still seeing the ball. So he knows he needs to help right here, which he does, and you can see it causes a turnover. That's great defense. Hugging the three-point line too much. Look at this right here. This is too much, okay? You want to be maybe halfway right there between the elbow and the three-point line, right? With back to the baseline, right? Your back's to the baseline. You're in a three-point stance. You're seeing ball. You're seeing man. There's no driving lane. But look, you're late. See, you're late. You're not able to get over in time, right? So now again, it just forces Chris Jones to have to foul there, and you don't want to leave him on an island like that. Too glued to our man. Let's look at Shaquille Keith right here. Ball's at the top of the key. Okay, so what's Shaquille Keith doing? You're not in a good defensive position right here. Okay, let's zoom in. All right. Shaquille Keith should have his back totally to the baseline, okay, in a good defensive stance, seeing ball, seeing man, and maybe a half step this way, right? So, again, there's no driving lane. You're already there, right? You just jab, recover. But, again, Shaquille Keith isn't in the gaps defensively, so look at driving lane that should never happen, layup. So this is really good defense here for a good portion of this possession. Now, when the ball's right here, Chris Jones, you got to get beneath the three-point line, right? Get your back to the baseline. We're not look at it. It took him time to get there, but he ended up getting there, right? Okay, so that's good defense. Look at this is great. Back to the baseline, back to the baseline. There's no place for this player to go, right? Now you got to pass out of it. Now my one quibble here is like I don't know why you'd switch this dribble handoff. I mean, right here, just let this player through. Derek Nix go over there, okay? Because now Derek Nix has switched onto a guard. Okay, and now again, could Chris Jones be a little bit more in the gaps? Yeah, okay, he could be more maybe at the nail there, right? So he can stunt, right here and recover. But Derek Nix should not have switched on that dribble hand. Like you go back here, this dribble handoff did not need to be switched here, okay? Because now you got Derek Nix defending out on the perimeter against a guard. Okay, and he gets beat pretty badly there. I mean, Chris Jones is doing a pretty good job defensively there. Derek Nix just shouldn't have switched that, and you can see it ends up being a foul. Okay, defensively, we're too glued again. All right, the shell drill. Now, Jordan Bowling's going to do a nice job of kind of getting over here, but he's not positioned like right now. You in the shell drill when the ball's at the top of the key, you are not essentially. Look at how he is essentially touching the three-point line. Too glued to the three-point line. His back should be totally to the baseline, right? You're in a good defensive stance, and you're much closer to the nail here. So now there's just no driving lane, right? Jab, easily able to recover. Okay, your man's 6 steps behind the three-point line. Who cares? Let him stay there. But again, now he does come in there eventually, but that's still you shouldn't. He's late. I mean, he's late now. That again, he did a nice job of getting that dribble to get picked up a little early, but we shouldn't have given up a layup there. This is great defense. Look at Bowling here, okay? Where is he, right? Beneath the three-point line in the gaps, right? Look at that. See how he's in the gaps? So look at it. He's got his back to the baseline. Look how much closer to the nail right here. So there's no driving lane, right? Look at Ryan. Ryan Anderson's probably too far over, but he doesn't have to move, though. So look, air time of that pass, you're always getting out, okay? Easily able to get out, draw a charge, and it's a turnover. That's just a great defensive possession. This is really bad defense here. Okay, got a ball screen right here. Again, if Ryan Anderson's going under, Derek Nix should be up here jamming the screener. Look at, because Ryan Anderson has to go so far under, he's pretty much forced to switch. And now we got a guard, you got Derek Nix guarding a guard on the perimeter, and it's going to just lead to, an open three eventually. But so, again, a couple of things. Right here, look at Derek Nix can be going with this player. He's clearly going to set a ball screen. So, again, if Ryan Anderson's going under, jam the screener so you don't have to go nearly as far under and you can easily get on the other side, and now we're not forced to switch this. Now, the other thing, this is atrocious defense by Jordan Bowling. Look at this. He's got his back to the sideline. No. The ball's right here. Okay, you've got to have your back to the baseline. You've got to be seeing ball. You can't take your eye off the ball, right? You got to be seeing ball and man, head on a swivel. Can't take your eye off either for more than a second. He should be in the gaps here defensively with his back to the baseline. But really the problem is that Derek Nix got switched onto a guard, which led to all of that, and it leads to an open catch-and-shoot three. Got to stop gambling in transition. Look at this. Okay, Sudbury's got the ball. Just get back. Get back beneath the three-point line. When you go towards the ball, you're gambling. And look at this. Ryan Anderson is going to try and get a steal here, so now you just give up numbers for absolutely no reason. So instead of Ryan Anderson getting back, okay, now he's behind the ball, and now we've given up numbers. And now you're going to end up giving up a layup because of it. Okay, so you're in drop coverage here. Mike Allison has to stay underneath the basketball, and he can't leave until Kimmy gets over the top. Again, we got a tag right here. Ryan Anderson's got to get a little bit more aggressive in this backside help area, okay? Because again, when they snake dribble like this, okay, when he's got Kim, like Mike, again, Mike cannot. I don't know what Shaquille Keith's doing. You do not need to be all the way over here, okay? I mean, it's really more on Mike Allison because Mike Allison's leaving. Like the right here, again, there's no backside help. We've pretty much put Mike Allison in a 2-on-1 here. I mean, Ryan Anderson's got to come over here a little bit and get in this backside help area. But again, that's why I think it'd be a lot easier to just hedge this ball screen. Right, you're up, and now it's just so much easier for Ryan Anderson to tag. And then again, you're stopping this ball handler's dribble out here. If a skip pass is made all the way in the corner, Ryan Anderson should have plenty of time to get to the corner, right? But you can see you can't really get in back. It's hard. It's tough to get in backside help here because this pass is so much easier to make with the passing angles being so much more open. Okay, but Mike Allison's got to stay underneath the ball. This has got to be Ryan Anderson's backside assignment here. Okay, Shaquille Keith can't be this far over. I mean, if we're getting in the gaps, it's right here from Jordan Bowling. So I mean, there's all sorts of things going on that could have been avoided, and eventually end up giving up an open three because of it. It's a not great defense, so you get lucky here with a turnover. But look at this right here. Again, if you're going under this ball screen, you got to jam the screener so you don't have to go nearly as far under. Now, I think that what you want to do is be in drop coverage, which means you need to fight over the top here. But, I mean, either way, it's like kind of like an awkward switch back. Now, the other thing is, this is really bad defense here. I think that's Kemi. I can't see. But again, you're out past the three-point line. Again, your back should be to the baseline, right? You're seeing ball, you're seeing man, okay? You can stunt, recover, and all that. But really, that was just bad ball screen defense, and you give up the lane. Now, he fumbles it and loses it, but, you're going to get beat if we play ball screen defense like that. Really bad defense by Shaquille Keith here. Again, okay, ball's right here. If you're Shaquille Keith, you're way too glued to the three-point line. You're not in a good defensive stance, right? Another half step in back to the baseline, so you don't have to move, right? You can just jab, get the dribble picked up early, recover to the corner here. But again, you're giving up driving lanes that are unnecessary. Now, again, you get lucky with a deflection here, but that's just not good defense by Shaquille Keith there. I mean, it's just an unnecessary trap right here. Look at this. Why is Mike Allison trapping in the corner here? Okay, because all that does here is, look at this, it forces Ryan Anderson now to have to step up and help. I mean, if you're trapping, the back line defenders have to be ready, okay, because you've got to rotate over here and get to one pass away. And then Kurt Williams here occupies the two Sudbury players 2 passes away. Okay, but Mike Allison's trapping when no one's ready for that. So again, now that forces Ryan Anderson to have to stay here and take Mike Allison's man. And now look, now you leave a man wide open at the three-point line. He's going to get Ryan Anderson on a rip-and-go drive. He ends up missing an open jumper, but that's not good defense by Mike Allison. All right, this is not great defense here by Mike Allison. I doubt you want to switch Mike Allison onto a guard here. Like Mike Allison, you got to see your man setting a down screen, and you got to get attached and show so this player can't curl, right? You got to force him to have to go out so the player getting hit with the screen has time to get on the other side. So you force a switch. Now, Kimmy does a great job getting into the gaps defensively, but this is an awful gamble. Like right now, again, you did your job. Okay, the dribble's picked up. Get out back to your man. Don't gamble. Look at this gamble. Why are you gambling? Get out to your man. Mike Allison's guarding right here. Okay, the dribble's picked up. You did a great job. You got in the gaps. But you gamble now, and now you just give up it. Now this player's wide open, obviously, when you don't get it. Now, again, you get lucky here. They miss a layup, but that's not really good defense there all the way around. Again, it's just a little easier if you hedge this. Look at this. Look at Mike Allison's up here. Okay, now this tag is a lot easier, right? You're stopping this ball handler's dribble out here. Okay, and now first of all, this skip pass is much more difficult to make, okay, and this tag is just a lot easier. Okay, it's much easier to tag and then recover. See, when you let this guard get into the lane here, if you hedge, right, of course, there's 4 different arms in his face right here. Okay, you give him the lane, and look at how easy that passing angle is. But the other thing, this tag is just much more difficult. Because you're giving this ball handler more time to dribble, now this backside defender has to step up more. If you stop his, ball screen comes right here, okay, and Mike Allison stopping his dribble out here, this tag is so much easier because you don't have to go nearly as far in backside help because you're not giving this ball handler nearly as much space to dribble there, okay? So you can see, again, you get kind of lucky here. You do give up an open catch and shoot 3 that they miss, but again, I just think it'd be a little bit easier if we were hedging there. Derek Nix can't stand here. Look at this. Ryan Anderson's fighting over the top. Look, as soon as his dribble's picked up now, okay, so Ryan Anderson is back over the top, right? He's guarding over the top. Now Derek Nix needs to get back. Once that dribble gets picked up and Ryan Anderson's back over the top here, you got to retreat back. But Derek Nix is just kind of in no man's land standing here. He doesn't need to be beneath the ball anymore. The dribble's picked up and Ryan Anderson's back. So, again, now you're just giving up open catch and shoot 3s there. Again, you miss, but not great defense there by Nix. This is what happens when you go past the three-point line. Okay, look at Ryan Anderson here. Why is he going past the three-point line? Okay, just first of all, you want to be in the gaps, right? So if you're out past the three-point line, you're not in the gaps defensively. You want to be right here. But the other thing that happens when you go out past the three-point line trying to deny a player 50 feet from the hoop is you're going to get lost this way. Look at this. Look how Ryan Anderson gets twisted here because he's going out past the three-point line when he should just be right here in the gaps, right? But also, look at how he's going to get twisted here, okay? Because he's denying 40 feet from the rim. So now he gets lost, so that forces a late switch on this dribble handoff here, a switch that shouldn't have needed to happen because Ryan Anderson shouldn't have gotten beat like this on a play like that, okay? And now with that switch is too late, so now it forces help, and there's no one to help the helper, so it leads to a 2-shot foul. So again, don't stop in transition. Again, I think that's Kurt Williams. Why is he stopping here? Get back. Get back to the three-point line. Don't gamble or think about gambling or whatever this is. Look at this. Look how he stops. He stops. So now it's going to take him now he's got to sprint to get back. And because he has to sprint to get back, he's never able to set up defensively one-on-one, and so he's going to get turned around, and now you give up an open jumper. Again, the problem with doubling unnecessarily here, okay, the ball's right here. Like, again, we want to drop right here and get beneath the three-point line so we're in the gaps. But Derek Nix cannot double here. Look, you keep an eye on his man because the camera angle is going to change, okay? When Derek Nix goes to double like this, look, so he's going to go double. There's really Ryan Anderson's doing fine. But now Derek Nix goes to double unnecessarily, and there's Derek Nix's man. There's no one to box him out. So now this player is going to miss this shot, but look, there's nobody here to box out Derek Nix's man because Derek Nix went to go double team, so now his man gets an easy offensive rebound and put back. So again, get back. Look at this. Just get back to the three-point line. Get in the gaps. Look at this. Look at how everyone's stopping. Nobody gets beneath the three-point line. Okay, I don't even know. That's gambling. Look at this. Look at, no one gets beneath no one's here where they're supposed to be. So now when this ball gets thrown up here, now this player can just rip and go as opposed to just there being at least one person here in the gaps defensively so there's no driving lane. but no one tries to get back to the three-point line. Everybody stops out at half court, and so now look, now they're just able to catch and get right to the rim for a layup. Too much gambling right here, okay? Now Derek Nix is, okay, so right here, Derek Nix, now his man is here, okay? So he's doing a good job not being out past the three-point line, right? He's in the gaps defensively. Okay, look at Kemi. Great job in the gaps defensively back to the baseline. Okay, but the dribble's picked up. Like right now, Derek Nix, you got to get back to your man, and I have no idea what Shaquille O'Keefe's doing. He's guarding right here. You got to go to your man. He's just standing in no man's land. Or if Derek Nix and Shaquille O'Keefe are switching, then Derek Nix needs to get over here. Okay, but we just got guys in no man's land. Derek Nix should not be still towards the ball. He should be going with his man. Okay, again, Kemi's doing a great job. Look at, he's in the gaps here. He's going to stunt, okay, and recover. But Derek Nix has got to get over here because look what happens. Now Chris Jones has got to step up on Derek Nix's man. So that leaves, obviously, Chris Jones's man open, and it leads to an open three. Now, they miss it, but you get lucky there. Got, guys gambling and standing in no man's land. Got to rotate if you're trapping off this ball screen. Look at this. So if you're trapping, you cannot allow this player to turn back this way, right? You got to close this area off here. But the other thing is you got to deny one pass away. Deny one pass away. We're denying here 2 passes away. Okay, but look at, you trap, and now look, once you let them pass out of it, we're in trouble because now we're giving up numbers. Okay? If that's your ball screen defense and the back line's got to be ready, you can see it's not, so it leads to a 2-shot foul.